Hi guys, it's Down Under Monkey, and this is just a catch-up video for what I've been doing. Been doing a lot of practice with locks. Last you saw, I started over here with the best, got all the way to 10, which was the Yale nice red lock. From there I went on a bit of a cruisy phase, not really anything too hard. So there was a Abus 83 all brass, there was a Lockwood 234 all brass, there was a Lockwood V7 with the MLV profile in a padlock, there was another Lockwood V7 with the MLV all brass, there was a Lockton 45mm, there was a Lockwood 30163. Bit of a Lockwood phase here, 120/45, a 334B45, this 23445 brass lock, steel jacketed, very weird lock that one, but still cool. 121/40 plastic closed shackle, brass lock. There was the 215A40 aluminium lockout lock. There was a Lockwood 245 new old stock. Then we slipped into the Americans, so there was an American shuttle lock, an American 1100 in red so I could pick it faster. There was an American 700 half round, very nice lock, very heavy. Then there was the famous American barrel lock, absolute stunning lock, that one. Then there was an American 748 closed shackle monster. Then this was requested by Bulletproof Designs, so this is an Abus 7240 small keyway. And then I did a padlock 100A, this is lock 29, and lock 30 last night was a Mako 247. Really nice lock, I like that one. So tonight, lock number 31, I'm going to do this, I'm going to attempt to, this Miwa lock. Now this is not a PR or a U9, this is a Lockwood, Jesus, got it on the brain. This is a Miwa, I think it's called the DS. It's kind of like a wafer lock. Well, not kind of like, it is a wafer lock. So, let's get the vise in here. I'm just going to move the camera so you got a better view. So, I'm just going to go for a little ride. Okay. Might be easier for you to see top down. So, I'm going to pop that in the vise. It's got these weird little springy jackets on them. Anyway. So we're going to pop that in there. It does have a working key, and that is the bitting on it. So you do have to pick wafers on both sides of the lock. It's locked. And let's get stuck into it. So I'm going to start with some of the top wafers. Feels like it for the top. Now we're going to do some down the bottom. Right at the back was where we'll start. Sounded clicky. Work our way to the front. Now there's one right behind the tension bar. Okay, so that's a good false set. False set, I don't know, it's probably not actually a false set. Now am I picking a ledge? No, felt like I was picking something, but also felt like, because there's a bit of a ledge at the back there. Now what's holding me up? Got to be this one at the front. right behind the tension bar. It's just a bit of a higher lift. So let's get that one hopefully set. And we're not open yet. There's got to be something else holding me up. Let's check up the front here. There we go. Got it. So there it is. Yeah, so not an overly difficult lock to pick. Just a bit tedious, and I'll explain why in a second. Let's zoom in a touch so you can see what's going on. So I'll pop this little circlip off the back. Sorry, the camera's probably just gone a bit shaky then. Anyway, you pop your little washer off the back and the cylinder slides straight out like that. That was the bitting, by the way, if I didn't show that. I think I did. So it is in the pick position, so I'm just going to turn it back until all the wafers re-engage. Okay, so you can see there, you've got some wafers that stick up the top here. And then you flip it over and there's a bunch more wafers on the front, on the bottom, on the top. You can see they've sort of got a false gate in them, which really tends to get caught up on the underside of this ledge. But anyway, when we put this in, you'll see all the wafers go to their natural positions on both sides. So Miwa makes some really hypnotic stuff, so when you put your key in, everything just aligns where it should. Not that you really should ever be watching this from inside the lock, but it is kind of hypnotic to watch on the outside. And when we pull that out, that's just the sleeve. It's kind of all put together. I don't really want to pull all that apart. You can't really pull that apart non-destructively. And there's your wafers. And there's those haggardy little, almost like a false gate. They actually do sort of taper in a little bit. So there you go. I think that's a Miwa DS. Anyway, so that's lock number 31 of 80. So I'm just going to move the camera back down here. And we go all the way over there to the Mako, and I'll be adding this to the end of it once I reassemble it. I have heard from my son, he's doing okay. Yeah, we don't hear from him very much because obviously he's not allowed much phone time, but yeah, he's doing well, he's loving it. So for those of you who are picking along, I know of a couple which are Keyless Entry, Pocket Woman's picking along as well, and Study Guru's having a crack. Thanks so much for the support, guys, and everyone else with their messages of support. It's been fantastic. It's hard to cope. I haven't been away from him for this long before, but we're just taking it day by day. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the rest of your night.